Peace, y'all. So, hey everyone. I know it's been a minute since I've been on my YouTube page. Um, a lot has happened. I honestly don't even know where to start. Hold on real quick. Just so to update you guys, this will be a video of my update post transitioning and living in my car and just any type of life update that I am going to, stay on topic about. I wrote them down in my sketchbook too, so I can stay on track of what I felt like I could be talking about. And also, if you see smoke like you're seeing right now, it's because I'm burning incense near my phone. So yeah. Um, So I guess I can jump right into it. Also, if you hear a lot of traffic and stuff, it's because the area that I'm recently staying in right now, pretty much I'm house sitting for a lady that I met through my journey, and she's let me stay here to house sit for her while she's on her journey, getting her business together and stuff. So yeah, so the area I'm staying in is near a train track, so you might hear the train and stuff, or you'll probably hear people yelling in the background. It's the neighborhood, so I'm just, having that disclaimer. And I also have the window open so I can, let the energies flow. So, yeah, so life update. Yeah. So it's been I started living in my car in February, so I guess that's where I started. I technically was homeless last year in December, so you could say that. So life update. So yes, I am doing okay. I can say that I'm definitely doing okay. Life been lifing, life been lifing, and then when life starts to life, I just be like having to disappear. I personally just don't like to put everything on social media because some things I know I need to have with myself, like having conversations with myself, venting to myself, talking to myself, stuff like that. So, I can give y'all a little bit of an update, life update that's been recently. So, during my whole transition and living in my car, I sat here and reflected on like how much I've endured through this process, because I had my first car, my very own first car when I was like 23. And this is the car that I got my license in and everything. Um, just for me to have to let go of that car because it was in bad conditions after a while of enduring traveling so much. Like me and my first car, we went everywhere. Like I literally had that car driving to Maryland, living with my uncle, and driving back after that whole experience. So it was my first baby, my first kid, The maintenance of that car was very, very fucking expensive. Just so fucking expensive. I guess my phone needs to be cleansed, but it's all good. Yeah, so so during that transition, I was literally working. I was still working at that time too. I had like two jobs at that time too. So when my car really shut down, I literally was not able to go anywhere. I'm talking about I was living. This is how I know I needed to clear this space because damn, that dragon insect is already gone. But anyway, yeah, I get one track minded. But yeah, so at that time, I was working two jobs back in February, and it was just hell because I was literally, this is why I'm like, I feel like I can talk about this now because it's over with. But at the time when I was going through, I'm not gonna say going through, growing through what I was growing through, literally living in my car that did not move, that couldn't move, that just was like broken down at a truck stop. Like, yeah, when I sit back and look at the journey that I've been through, this is why this life update gonna be long. I might do like 2 separate videos. I'm thinking about it. But what I learned from that moment in my journey was how much endurance and grit I really truly have to get better for myself. Because for the longest I kept saying, I'm gonna get a new car soon. I'm gonna have to get a new car. I'm gonna have to do it. I didn't want to do it, but due to the fact that my jobs were taking advantage of the fact that I was living in my car at the time, even though I kept putting up boundaries that kept testing me, and I kept pushing my boundaries because they was really disrespecting my time and my energy. I kept putting up boundaries. Like that was a very trying time. But lo and behold, God brought me like earth angels around me that really helped me see the blessing that even though the car that I have now, I'm paying my first car note on, which I think, is government bullshit that I'm paying a month for my first car note. But it's okay because I already see it's a part of the bullshit ass system that we live in. Yes, it's a part of the lesson that I had to learn as well, because everybody and their goddamn mama will always be like, girl, how you paying them? You should have did this, you should have did that. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Moving forward, I learned my lesson and I'm still learning my lesson. So at the end of the day, it's the lesson that I have to learn. And yes, I know that I'm a hard-headed person. But my thing is, at the moment when I got this new car that I have now, I didn't know anything. I didn't know what the fuck to do. I didn't know where to fucking start. But all I knew was I just had to do something. I couldn't be living in a car that couldn't move in a truck stop full of fucking creepy ass motherfuckers. Full of fucking creepy ass men that know where you stay at. Come on, bro. Like, that shit is dangerous. That shit is dangerous. As a woman like me, that shit is dangerous as fuck. But I knew I was protected. No matter what I was going through, no matter who tried it, no matter who tried to get it, who tried any type of shiesty weird shit, I was always protected. No matter what, bro. Like, no matter what. And so, yeah, this is the lesson. The lesson that I have to learn through this lifetime is the fact that I have to learn about car notes and credit. And I know this comes with age because I came from an environment and upbringing where I didn't learn self-care. I didn't learn self-love. I didn't learn how to take care of my money financially. All I knew was anybody that comes into my life, this is what I learned from family. Anybody that comes into my life ain't nothing but a transactional relationship. What can I get out of this person that will benefit me in the long run? That's the environment I came from. I came from survival methods, how to survive through chaotic, unexpected times. I didn't learn how to balance and be stable financially, mentally, physically, and emotionally. I came from an environment where emotional eating was the only safe comfort, because even being in my own room, making space for me to express me was even taken advantage of. I didn't really have privacy like that. So with me having to transition from my car, it's like, it's such a small space. Like literally, even in my old car, in my first car, it was a little bit of space, but not that much because of all the stuff I had with me. Even with recently living in this housekeeping for this lady, I've been able to rest. I've been able to stop fighting myself, sit my ass down for once, and just be appreciative, because like I literally have been doing my best to find a routine that will stick while living in my car. And everything always seems to be financial. And it's so annoying when it's always about my finances. But the thing the thing of the matter, and that's where I also wrote down money management, because this is another big ass lesson for me. Because even though, yes, I could go back to my hometown, and I've been meaning to say this too, because it's all going to correlate into the video too. Yes, I do have a home that I grew up in, that I can literally stay in rent free. Yes, I ain't got to pay rent, but I still got bills I can help out and live and cohabitate with my siblings. Yes, I can go do that, because I'm saying this because a lot of people in my journey has consistently asked me that same question. Well, why don't she go back home? But anyway, like I was saying, it's 11:11. But like I was saying, I've been getting that same question throughout my journey, and even though it's triggering, I'm glad I've been able to like face it to the point where it's gradually not triggering me like it used to during my journey of transitioning, living in my car. So yes, that's been a lot of people's questions. Well, why don't she go back home? I mean, why don't she has a place, she has a home. This is the thing that I'm not trying to make people understand why I chose to live in my car. But if you could, if you are a person that says you have empathy and compassion for others' trying times and from transitioning from their past, you will understand why a lot of people don't go back home. You will understand why a lot of people, after succeeding in graduating from college or whatever, you go back to your hometown that has nothing resourceful for you besides seeing the same people. I would ask you the same question. Why are you not back in your hometown? Why you're not living with your people? You don't know people's transgressions or what they've been through when they went back home. I literally was at home. I literally lived at home for two years after graduating college. I've been in the school system for damn near 24, 25 years. I graduated college in 2019. That was the last time I've ever been in college. That was the last time I ever been in the educational system. I've only been in the educational system because of the fact that that was my only way of getting the fuck out of my environment. And as much as I'm grateful that I got my visual arts degree, I'm so grateful for it, because it also helps me in my successes. But at the time, back in that day, nigga, I was not okay here. Like, I may not have the scars, but I was not okay here. And I felt like the only way for me to get out of that situation was to go to school. And that's what I did. I went to school, transferred, went to my alma mater, and I had stayed there. I tried to stay there because for some reason this town, the place that I'm living in right now, kept calling me to come to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if a lot of people have had that experience, but that's neither here nor there. But in my perspective, in those moments in my life, I was homeless. In others' perspectives, they was like, we have a roof over our head. Because yes, I stayed in a hotel room. I stayed in hotel rooms for long periods of time. But at the same time, that's people's perspective. My perspective is, I didn't have my mother anymore. I didn't have a car. I didn't have nobody to like reach out to. So these are past transgressions that I've had to release for over the years, you know? My healing is not linear. My healing is always a spiral down to hell and then spiral back up, and then it's like I always have to find a balance to not lose myself in both, because I dive deep in my feelings. My feelings and emotions have in the past controlled me, controlled how I treat people, controlled how I feel about things. Very passionate. Even when I'm speaking, people think I'm angry when I'm not. I'm just a very passionate woman. Like, that's just how I speak. And so transitioning from, transitioning from educational system to actually living this game of life, it's been a very big ass curveball for 2 years now. Like, when I was living in my childhood home, it was, you know, it was a blessing and a curse. It was a blessing because I was able to actually see my gifts, see my talents, see me grow a business, actually experience financial gain without having to literally fully work, but working and creating something that's like a baby, creating something that made me feel good. But at that time too, I was still insecure about my talents and gifts. Even creating my sugar scrubs, I was still insecure about, oh, are the people gonna like it? Are they gonna feel my energy? Are they gonna Girl, you know how many reviews of women that I got that told me my scrubs was a healing blessing? Like, that is actually realizing the strength and the powers that you really truly have is such eye-opening sometimes. But with me, it's always like that. Yes, I'm glad I got that outside validation, but I need that for myself. I need to know my own powers. I need to feel like this is it. Like, okay, outside validations, I love it because I know that's my inner child needing that outside validations all the time. But it's like this time in my life, I'm so hard on myself. I'm so hard on loving myself that it's like I just need to realize trying to love myself hard is where I came from. Was that, oh, you need to get that thicker skin. You need to grow some thick skin. You can't be soft out in this world. I no longer have the capacity to let life be hard on me. So unlearning that is a long ass journey to learn how to be soft and graceful and loving on yourself, you know? The lessons I have been learning, it's like I've let the past hinder me for so long that and transitioning and living in my car, living in a small space where I got so much shit because I can't really afford a storage unit because the storage units down here are expensive as fuck. It's already like, I'm already trying to hold on to managing the money that I get every paycheck to paycheck. So it's like I'm still trying to learn how to make even more money, but it's like my focus don't want to be on making more money. My focus is really like my goal. Everybody keeps asking me, what are my goals? What is my plan and all this other shit? And it's annoying as fuck to me. Because the plan for me is to listen to God. My plan is to really trust in myself. My plan is to really listen to the guide in me to know what the plan is going to be. And then when it's time for me to write that shit out, I'm going to write it out and I'm going to execute it. The plan is just for me to trust me and trust the plan that I have. The plans that I used to do, like quit a job and then I got another job already, and you know what I'm saying? Quit a job and I already got another one. All just like that. But the roles have changed. The society we living in now, motherfuckers acting like, people acting like they hiring, but they really not. You know what I'm saying? They really not. They be hiring, and then I've been getting so many rejections on jobs. Like lately, I've been getting rejected left and right. So it's like that inner turmoil of conflict. Like this ain't I can't go by the same plan that I used to do. So this time around, it's like I'm really building patience. I'm really building patience to trust, to know that whatever God has for me is gonna be for me. And it's like a moment of like, are you ready or are you not ready? Because even if you're not ready, you're going to have to get ready. And even if you're not ready, you going to have to be ready. And I'm just, that's why life just been lifing. Like, I feel like I've passed and failed tests left and right that I feel like I'm still moving forward, because I ain't gonna hold y'all. I got clips. I got clips. I had a moment where my damn tire blew out. I had moments when my whole battery died in the new car, and this is the new car. I had a whole moment where my battery died on me and I had to get a new battery. And this is all throughout living in my car, bro. I've had so many transgressions, even not living in my childhood home. I've had so many moments with myself where I had a moment as well of healing, like, but I knew, and then in the lessons that I'm learning through living in my car, I know where to stay at and I know where to not stay at. I know not to live in the city. I know to live outside the city where it's somewhat safer, but not really safer. I know to stay away from truck stops. And if I do go to a truck stop, it's only to shower and get the fuck on. I know that I can, all I gotta do is get a Planet Fitness card and do the $10 membership, and I can motherfucking shower in there. And it's just learning how to navigate through bullshit and trusting in yourself. And I'm not saying that I'm I'm far from perfect, bro. This shit ain't no walk in the goddamn park. This shit ain't no walk in the park to just have a leap of faith to live in your car so you can try to work on building your dreams, building your goals. Like, it's a lot of people who just got in their fucking 30s that are already, that just finally was like, we living our life. And I gotta remember, sometimes I'm not as old as I think I am. I keep fucking thinking that by the time I'm 30, I need to get this shit going. I need to thrive. I need to live and thrive. I need to live and thrive. But it's like, I'm fucking 27, bro. I'm thinking, I'm already acting like I ain't got 3 more years. 27? No, 3 more years, 27. I'm acting like by them 3 years, I don't know what's gonna happen, which I really don't. And this is why doing this and not going back home is the goal. Because I felt like at the time when I didn't want to go back home, it wasn't me giving up on getting my dreams or becoming the artist, the multifaceted artist that I truly see myself being. It wasn't me giving up. It was really I feel like this is such a hero's journey, but it was basically me going back to Sankofa, going back and looking back on what I walked away from. And I had to experience the betrayals that I got from my family. I had to experience the patterns that I was seeing within them. I had to experience the fact that, you know, me and my siblings no longer get along with each other. We don't talk. But also having to accept that. Forgive myself for the moments where I betrayed myself. Forgive myself for the moments where I sold myself short. Forgive myself so many times more than I forgive other people. I work on forgiving myself more because I forgive people more than I forgive myself for shit. I give people my grace before I even give myself grace. Ain't that crazy? Man. Self-depreciating, self-hating, really arguing with myself and being like, why do you hate yourself so much when it's really not even hate? It's more so me not realizing that this hate wasn't even of my own. It was from others because of their projections. But yeah, so like the challenges that I've experienced through living in my car, not to mention still grieving. Just grieving in general. It ain't even gotta be grieving over letting go of survival's guilt. It's all of it. It's all of it. Letting go, grieving over survival's guilt, grieving over myself, grieving over my past, grieving over my child, my inner child, grieving over my teenage self, grieving over my parents, grieving over a lot of heavy pain in my heart, yo. Like, I never realized how much I was carrying until I let myself cry. Like, I did not realize how much I was carrying until I let myself cry. Until I had those moments where it was so heavy, my cycle would come on too. That would be the funny part. But the moments where it would always feel so heavy, like I feel like I gotta go harder. I feel like I gotta do this harder. I feel like I really gotta go hard on my artistry. I gotta go hard on myself. I gotta go harder. That it's like I'm still figuring out the balance of not going so hard to the point where I burn myself out or injure myself, but also giving myself the grace to rest, because my people wasn't able to rest. My people was on go until their dying days. Like, and I don't want that for me, especially not working for somebody. The fuck? The challenges that I really be having, it be outside conflict, because anytime I'm being tested by a manager or any job that I work at, anytime I'm being tested by somebody of authority, they are always intimidated by me. And I realize that life ain't nothing but checks and balances, but also a test of your own strength, a test of your own mindset, a test of your own will, a test of your own heart, a test. Or maybe that's just my perspective, I don't know. But a test of, do you really want success? Do you really fear success? Or do you really fear failing? Because is it really you fear of failing, or is it really fear of you seeing how much you can really think big? Like, but life ain't always about tests. Life is always about having fun. And that's one thing and I've never give myself. And that's why I'm glad. I feel like the older that I'm getting, the younger that I'm going to become, the younger that I'm going to like have fun, do things, not to injure myself, but do things that make me kid-like, to keep the kid heart in me going. Like, I don't want to live in survival mode because of me living in my car. But also, I also got to be accountable, because for real, I got to be accountable of my living space, because I know that I have a lot of things. Like, I have a lot of clothes, and half the clothes that I have are literally summer clothes. Like, I wear the same stuff all the time because I barely want to have clothes around until I have enough money to where I could get a storage unit, an affordable storage unit. I am going to I have to build a routine of reorganizing and cleaning up my car all the time, because one thing about me, and a lot of people have had to realize, is that your living space is literally your mind. So if your living space is very junky, which that's my problem. My space don't be trashy. Don't get it twisted. My space does not be trashy. It's just, I just have a lot of clothes. I have a lot of things. And it's a challenge to reorganize it when you're living in a small compacted car. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be beneficial if I had a storage unit. Like, it would be more beneficial, and I would be having a lot more clarity in the living space. But now that I'm being in this house for, I don't know, however long, you know, I am moving forward with a lot of things. I have been having a lot more fun. Like, I've been playing video games again. Like, that used to be a childhood thing that I never thought I would get back into again. I've met some very genuine hearted people around me. They've been very cool. They've been helping me, like, see myself, you know, see myself in a better light, actually express myself and not be ashamed of it, and actually show up for my artwork and not be ashamed of it because of me feeling like, oh, I'm such a beginner. But the visions that I have of me being a multifaceted artist, whether I express in photography, whether I express in poetry, whether I express through video and editing, whether I express that through my abstract painting work, whether I intuitively color and create new things through canvas work, doesn't matter. The way I see myself is I am such a multifaceted, loving, intuitive artist that listens to her creator, listens to the creator in me, you know? And I'm glad that I'm still on track, because I look at my notes, and one of the viewpoints was my art experience while living in my car. So I'm glad I'm still on track. Thank you, Spirit. But yeah, so my artistry, ever since I started reading the book that I showed in my other video, I kind of fell off on it, but it's not a bad thing, because my thing is, I have so many fucking talents. I have so many talents and gifts, psychically and intuitively, that is so much that I overwhelm myself with thinking about what can I do to express myself in the way that I need at this moment. You know, it's always been those moments, and lately it's just been like, lately I've just been feeling like I need to be in the art studio. I need to just keep creating, just do something, even if it's something uncomfortable. Like, I hate drawing, and people really be thinking just because I have a degree in visual arts that I'm a drawer. When I say I hate drawing, I hate drawing. I'm not gonna say that I'm bad at it, but I'm the type of person where I love to challenge myself, but at the same time I don't, because it's annoying as fuck. But yeah, like, I really hate drawing. That's why I do abstract work, because abstract is something that you can't really pinpoint. You can't put a finger on it. And yes, I noticed that when it comes to me intuitively creating paintings and my work, I noticed that people can see faces in my work. It comes with the territory because of the spirits that come. It comes with the territory because of the spirits that want me to show what I see or show what I'm feeling at that moment. Because really, when it comes to my artistry, I want people to feel my work. I don't want to sit here and have to explain what it is. You tell me what it is, and then I'll explain my feelings that I felt through creating the work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want people to find their own feeling through their artistry. And if, you know, talking about my work, I feel like talking about my work is a challenge for me, because even through my artist journey, it has been fluctuating. Like, moments where I went in the studio, I was mad, bro. I was mad, or I was sad, or I was depressed, or I felt empty. And I just wanted to find something to feel that emptiness. And so I thought about doing abstract even in college. So even with my abstract photography I did for my senior thesis, even at that moment in time in my life, I was depressed, I was mad, I was stressed. I didn't know how I was even going to make it through my whole senior expedition, bro. Like, but when I look back on my work and I really sat there and looked at it, even though I bullshitted half of it, I amazed myself on the work that I created in college. I amazed myself, and I'm sitting here like, man, this is this and this is that. I could have did this, man. I could have did that, being my own worst critic. And I'm done. I'm over being that. I no longer want to be my worst critic. Yes, I know I can do better. Yes, I'm gonna go harder. But for me, resting is going hard. Figuring shit out without having to overthink is going hard. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, even through my artistry, I don't want people to make me feel like I need you to understand. I'm telling me this. I'm telling me you don't need people to understand your work. It's for you to express your character, your creator, my creator, you know? So it's just been a lot of things where I literally have to sit there and tell myself or tell somebody, it's not you, it's me and something I need to work on. Because at the end of the day, I can't point fingers at nobody for my experiences or my journey. I can't point fingers at the lessons that I've learned, because at the end of the day, it's all about me. At the end of the day, it's all about what I learned about myself and what I know about myself. And so it's just amazing that I'm making this video. And I've just been like so nervous about, oh, what am I gonna post? What am I gonna post now? What am I gonna talk about? Now I got nothing to talk about. It's just been the same da-da-da-da. You know? When people just wanna see you, Bree. People just wanna see you and show up for you. That's all. They just want you to see you and show up for you. And I have to keep constantly telling myself that. Sometimes I don't have to show up for social media. I don't have to show myself on show. I'm a very private, open person. Ain't that some weird shit? Like, it's not even a joke. I'm a very open, private person. Like, I will overly share and express to you what I've been through on my journey, but I will also keep my privacy when I feel like I need to isolate myself. Isn't that such a Pisces thing? When normally people don't even think I'm a Pisces. Some people think I'm a Leo, which I mean, I'm a Leo moon and a Mars. So, of course. But nah, it's just, I'm just glad that I haven't given up on myself. Because I'm not going to lie to y'all, and I'm being as transparent as I possibly can without oversharing and overstepping my own boundaries. I've been through a lot mentally, to where my memories of the past have came back and I would feel handicapped, to the point where my depression was so bad that I've had moments where I really did want to take my life, because it just be like, what is this worth? What is this? How is this worth me going through, growing through, and just a whole living in my car? Like, I've had moments where I was frustrated and tired of living in my car, and I really want to run back home. Like, I've had those moments of giving up, y'all. I'm not perfect. Yes, I don't stay on routines, and especially when I start a routine, I don't stay on it. I'm telling y'all my truth. Like, I know that when I said in the other video, I said that I wanted to keep consistently staying in my artistry and focus in that book, and I did. And it's not like I'm not going to go back to it. That book is a whole fucking course, and it's self-paced. So, and it's a lot of courses that I got. I'm still in a lot of courses right now. So everything that I have, all these courses wise, are self-paced, and they're still going to be there. And I know that. But my thing is right now, it's like my focus is on really honing in on me, holding on in what Brianka Hills is going to be. Because I no longer want to be hurt. To people who want to get to know me, please go by Heels. For people from my past who know me since I was a fucking kid, I'm no longer hurt, I'm Heels. Because I'm healing, and I have to learn that my healing is not linear. And here are cardinals tweeting. That's my ancestors. But yeah, like, I have so much that I'm just so ready to express, but I'm not rushing myself to express them fully to their capacity, you know? When I'm ready, I know when I'm ready. And it's gonna happen very quickly than I expect. When I open my business back up, it's gonna be life-changing. I just know it will be. I've always had these visions for so long that I just know that all of the releasing I've been doing, all the feelings, all the not holding myself back, all of that comes with this journey of relearning and unlearning and giving myself the grace that I deserve. Oh yeah, so how much longer am I gonna be living in my car? I don't know. I don't know. I can't even answer that question for myself, because the plan that I had, the plan that I still have for myself, is taking longer than expected. So, I'm not saying I'm giving up on that plan. I'm just saying I'm trying to see the signs of redirectioning that God is doing right now. Because life has been life, and like I said, life has been fucking confusing and confirming and confusing at the same goddamn time. But I had to understand that this is a part of my journey. Also, yeah, so it's been a lot of unknown waters. It's been a lot of changes. So recently I got injured at work. I injured my toe, which is the incident was so fucking weird, y'all. So I ran my foot over with the pallet jack, right? And it was like a heavy pallet on top of it. So, but it didn't run over my whole foot. It only ran over one toe, one particular toe. It was so painful. But now it's been a couple of weeks and I haven't experienced that much pain. I did experience a lot of numbness, but I wiggle my toes a little bit sometimes. I had to wear a boot, but now it's been feeling a lot better. But I know I still gotta let it heal because everybody around me, like, I know I still gotta let it heal because everybody around me just like, I'm admitting that. I'm admitting the fact that I'm fearful of the fact that this injury has happened and everybody, not everybody around me, but it's just like the feeling of what do you do moments. I can't run away from them. Like, what will you do if this happened, if this situation happened, if this scenario happened? Knowing that it hasn't happened, but yet my mind always likes to play that game with me. And it's like, I'm the type of person where I love being 2 or 3 or 4 steps ahead of the situation. But lately it's like, I've been trying to get 4 steps ahead of the situation to the point where it's kind of like, now I'm kind of limbo. And since the injury has happened, I've been having to go through restrictions at work. The last restriction got to the point where I had to do a sit-down job, and it was so uncomfortable and unbearable, but I was appreciative because I gave myself grace and I gave myself rest. And God was like, well, since I'm telling y'all, God and my ancestors be cussing me the fuck out. They really do. They begin so damn smart with me because I felt as though when this injury happened, it was a moment of, she needs to sit her ass down. She ain't fucking listening. She ain't listening. She ain't listening to her body. So now it's like, since she don't want to listen, we gonna forcibly sit her ass down. So the doctor, the last physician that I went to, that was a follow-up for the job, decided to say she can't do no moving, twisting, bending, crouching, no pulling, no doing the pallets, no doing the ladders, no doing overstock in general. She needs to have a sit-down job. So now I'm in a limbo of a change right now where I'm more than likely going to be working day shift, but it just depends on my next follow-up tomorrow. It just depends and how long these restrictions are going to be, to where if I'm going to be working my overnight job again or if I'm going to be working the day shift job. I don't know. I just have to see. We'll just have to see. And also the lady told me to stop going to the overnight job, so I have not been attending. And that was a lot. That was another thing that I was worried about, was that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Yeah, so money management has been a challenge for me too. I'm gonna have to go through this whole video and like cut and paste a lot and put it all together. But yeah, money management has been a challenge for me because as soon as I pay my card note, that's half of my check already gone, and then the rest is just me having to penny pinch to my next paycheck. This month, I really was trying to get my car refinanced, but due to These bullshit refinancing people be like, oh yeah, just pay for your car note for 6 months and then, you know, you can try to refinance. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't refinance because your credit is at this score and you have an outstanding student loan balance, so and you're a delinquent, blase, blase. Yeah, so now my credit is messed up. My credit ain't where it was a year ago, and I'm highly pissed about that, but this is just a lesson learned through this bullshit ass system that we're living in. So yeah, that's that on that. And don't get me wrong, y'all. It's not like I'm not looking for a place to live. It's not that. It's just, can I really afford it? Because of people complaining about their damn rent being skyrocketed. Motherfuckers sitting here having to pay $800 something in a moldy ass apartments. You know how many motherfucking people complain about their rent? And y'all really think that I'm finna sit here and focus on getting an apartment right now? With the paycheck I'm getting, and I'm only working one full-time job. Kudos to y'all that still got your apartments. I'm so grateful for it. I'm so happy for you. But baby girl, this car note is already me paying rent. Y'all better be glad I'm not out here with an OnlyFans. I'm just saying. I've been thinking about it. Nah, but for real. By the grace of God, I'm just so happy that, like, I'm finally letting myself express myself when it's time for me to, and not shaming myself or hiding myself about it. I did my makeup today because I wanted to, because I felt like it, because I felt it inside of me to feel good, to paint my canvas. Because I did write a poem about me being an art. I am the art. I am the art. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's about it. I think that's about it. I feel like that's all I have to say and talk about. If you made it this far in the video, I thank you. I appreciate you. I am still doing donations if y'all want to give, or not even give, but offer, but it's not mandatory, because I'm still thinking about my business. Like, if y'all only knew how many times I think about my business every damn day, like the visions that I have for my business, like, ain't nothing but God that's keeping me here, bro. Ain't nothing but God. Ain't nothing but God. I may fall on my path sometimes. I may not be perfect. I may not talk what I'm preaching. I may not do all that shit, but sometimes, damn it, I know I get right back on it. I know I get right back on it because I always had that fear of looking stupid, of that fear of being embarrassed, of that fear of feeling like I don't know shit when I do. I know so much shit, but it's not a blessing to people if I keep holding on to it. I know so much, and I'm sitting here holding on to it and holding it from y'all to learn from me about me, or what I've learned in life and what I'm experiencing through life. And I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for this moment. I'm so grateful for the fact that I'm being vulnerable and transparent and open about my life. But no, if it's moments of where it's between, like, I gotta disappear or I gotta speak on something or talk about something, then I will. Like, I have so many videos I need to do, so much content that I need to create, that I need to be creative of, but in the intentions of no outside validation. It's not about validation of outsiders, it's a validation of self. The intention is to show up and show out and be me If you made it this far in the video, thank y'all so much for your support. Thank y'all so much for following me through my journey of life, this game I call life, because really it is a game. Because the thing is, the reason why I don't want to go back to school is mentally I'm exhausted. I've cheated educational system since I was in fucking kindergarten. I've cheated that educational system for so long now. It's like, this game of life I'm playing, I can't cheat through it because I can't cheat myself. Cheating my game through life is like cheating myself. So I'm not doing that shit. I can cheat through school systems all day, but cheating me, can't do that. So I'm happy that I chose not to give up. I'm happy that I'm not in a space where I feel as though I got to run back to my hometown. I'm happy that life is showing me ways of not only surviving, but thriving and finding joy and happiness, even through times of unknown confusions, hurt, and healing and crying through past pain. So, and I'm also grateful that I don't look like what I'm going through. But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go because I told myself I was gonna go to the studio today. So whenever I post this video. So I hope you guys have a blessed day. Peace. Blessed day, evening, or night, whenever you watching this. If you want, like, share, and subscribe. If you want, like I said, I'm still open to donations. If you want to, it's not a big deal, because at the end of the day, if I really do need the help, I know not to shy away from asking for help through social media, because I know that through social media I have the watchers and I have supporters. So I no longer want to pay attention to who's not supporting me or who's just watching me just to watch so they can know my downfall and live and thrive off of my downfall. I know them people out there. I know they are, and it's okay. But at the end of the day, that's between them and God. I only do these videos with the intentions of showing up for myself and being transparent and not hiding from the pain or not hiding from the lesson that I needed to grow through and talk about. So, all right, y'all. Peace.